that people have gotten away with.
Yeah.
I mean, look at this fucking Ghislaine Maxwell thing.
Yeah.
Ghislaine Maxwell, I've said this before, I'll say it again, she's the only person ever to be tried and arrested and put in jail for sex trafficking to no one. There's no list. Where's the list of the people that she sex trafficked to? Well, the problem is we know that they're heads of state, billionaires, wealthy people, famous people.
King's brother.
King's brother. Where's this list? Where's the list of people? The list is non-existent. So you're trying her and convicting her for a crime where if you're sex trafficking, that means you're trafficking to someone. And if that someone is an American citizen or a British citizen, that is an illegal act. So who are these people that have committed this illegal act? Because they're responsible as well.
Right.
So who are these people? And how is there no discussion of this?
Well, there's no discussion because Jeffrey What's-His-Face hung himself in his prison cell.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is insanely bizarre, right? That one. That's insane. Oh, the cameras just happen to not work. How convenient.
Yeah.
There's ligature marks around his neck and a fractured neck bone. No worries.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you hang yourself.
We were having a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Or whatever it was. I confess I don't know a huge amount about the Jeffrey Epstein affair. Or
I know too much, unfortunately. I've read too. It's a very disturbing thing. But the most disturbing thing is that there's no list. Like this is, that's a real crime, right?
Well, isn't the story, the anecdote is, isn't it that, isn't Andrew supposed to have given somebody 12 million quid to go away?
Yeah.
And to get off the list?
Supposedly. It's hard to know whether or not that's true. But for sure, there's money's been exchanged. Influence has been exchanged. So maybe people are just, they're not throwing any bones.
Right.
Like there has to be a large group of people that were involved in this. And there's none that are being exposed, which is quite fascinating. Because I guess if you did get exposed, if someone said, hey, you know, blah, 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 head of this bank, we have evidence that you were having sex with underage girls, that person could say, okay, what about Bill Clinton? What about this guy? What about that guy? He was there too. And then the house of cards comes down. So
Bill Gates.
Bill Gates.
Hard to imagine.
Not just Bill Gates, but Bill Gates after Jeffrey Epstein had been arrested and convicted for statutory rape.
Mm.
Right? I mean, he had that very light slap on the wrist.
Yeah, did he? As I say,
that was the first
really
arrest. There was a first arrest, and then he was convicted, and he got this very light sentence. And then I believe there was a journalist. I forget who the journalist was, but one journalist who kind of tracked this down and hounded this story until it became exposed publicly, and then he got rearrested. And then he got arrested and tried for other crimes. And then once he was in jail, that's when they, suicided him.
Yeah.
It's
Yikes.
a wild story.
Yeah.
But just the fact that there's a place like that, there's an island that he owned. Like, where's this guy getting this fucking money?
I don't know.
To own an island. And the island is for sale now for, I think it's $100 million or something like that. Like, where'd you get that money? And then the CEO of Victoria's Secrets gives him a $60 million mansion in Manhattan. Like, what? And then you find out that these other CEOs have given him $100 million, $150 million, $50 million. Like, what? What is this? Some bizarre intelligence operation? Like, what is this? Like, what are they doing here?
You sound like a conspiracy
I do.
theorist.
I am a conspiracy theorist. Look, some of them are real. I'm not a outrageous or illogical conspiracy theorist for the most part.
I believe you.
But there's a lot of conspiring. The idea that conspiracies don't exist. Well, what about Enron? What about the Iraq War? What about
Hey, peace, family. Once again, my friend, some game for your brain to help you maintain red pill shit. So, science behind this dude, Jeffrey Epstein, and how they done faked his death, because I really don't think he did, and how they use the codes and they put it right in your face. They say he was 66 years old, right? So 66 is very important to understand, because this is one of the modes of communication when they use the six. 6666. I just might start a parade. The controllers, the J people, the sixes, the six gods, they use that 6-pointed star for a reason. But also, if you go into the Hebrew Concordance in the King James Version of the Bible, Lucifer is 1966. And this was all played out and symbolized in the film Rosemary's Baby. So that's why Rosemary is looking at the calendar when she finds out she's pregnant, and it's October 1965. Why would they show you 1965 October and put that on the screen? It's significant because this goes back to the baby that was born on June 6, 1966, or 6666, So that's actually a mantra, if y'all understand how the communication goes. So when old boy Draconian, the dragon, is saying 6666 like that in the songs, this is what he's giving an ode to the baby that was born on June 6, 1966 at the Dakota House in New York. In that film, they show also that the Pope was there. JFK was in that film, a symbolic JFK. They had a symbolic Abraham Lincoln. And I'm going to break all that down on another video. But just in this video, I want to talk about the science of the six. See, they use the six because 6 is the axis of time. So you got 60 minutes in an hour, 60 seconds in a minute, 24 hours in a day. So when they got Kobe Bryant to tap out, that's why they changed his number to 24, right? And when they got LeBron to get down, that's when he left Cleveland and went to Miami, and he changed his number to 6. So this is how they symbolize to the people that know what's going on. Yeah, we made him bow down. We got him, And this is why I try to make people understand the codes. And that's why it's so important and significant to see that with Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving went to play with each other in Brooklyn, they changed their numbers to 7 and 11. Because they was trying to convey a different science, and they communicating to let our people know that they not the ones being controlled. So these the ones we should be rooting for and getting behind and supporting. And you see now what they trying to do to Kyrie Irving, persecuting him and everything else. But that's just a little bit of science that I wanted to drop with the 66. Since they, staged old boy death, he probably somewhere with facial reconstruction and everything else. And, I played the Joe Rogan audio because everybody need to think about that. If Ghislaine Maxwell and Jeffrey Epstein was trafficking all of these people, who were the people that they was trafficking them to? Why they ain't standing trial for something? I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace and love, family. Gang.